Hello, my amazing artists. Welcome to our online art studio. Today we will talk about elements of art. Elements of art are building blocks of any artwork. Let's name them: line, shape, form, space, value, color, and texture. Those are building blocks of any artwork. Most images begin their life as line drawings. And what is the line if not a dot that went for a walk? In our classroom, we practiced many lines. We created broken lines like this, and zigzags, some loop-de-loops, and sometimes we practice drawing my favorite line that I call castle top. Lines cross over one another and form shapes. Here's the circle and diamond, square and triangle. They're all shapes made out of lines. When we see a repetition of lines and shapes together, they create pattern. Some examples of the pattern you can see right here. We see some of the circles placed close together, lines crossing each other. There is a snowflake pattern right here. Today's project is inspired by artist Vincent van Gogh. Many of you heard about this artist in our classroom. We will look at his work called Flowerbeds in Holland. It shows beautiful rows of tulips growing in Holland. And we will create work inspired by the landscape of Vincent van Gogh. We will draw a landscape that depicts a farm with the farmhouse, the hills in the back, and beautiful flower beds that show different textures, lines, and patterns. To start our project, we will need a paper, pencil, and eraser just in case. We will begin our drawing by placing horizon line. If your horizon line is not exactly straight, that's okay. For instance, my horizon line represents a hill. I will place some more hills in the back. Also, I will start drawing my flower beds. I will place a dot right here, and this is going to be my vanishing point. This is where all of my flower beds will go towards to. I will start with the first line that will go down to the bottom edge of the paper, and I will make more lines that will represent my flower beds or fields or fruit gardens. I will leave a little bit of space here because I want to build a farmhouse right here. That's a lot of flower beds. To build my house, I will start with a simple shape. I will start by drawing a square and a triangular shape for the roof of the house. I will add a side wall and because I'm drawing this house in perspective, I want to show its dimension. So I'm actually going to be drawing a form, not just a shape. And the form for this house is a cube. Cube is a three-dimensional square. It has squares on all of its sides. And this is how I built my farmhouse. Now I can erase the horizon line in the back. I can add the door and the window, maybe another window, but I will work on details a little bit later. I can also add another house right next to it. Maybe it's a one-story building and it's a little bit smaller. Again, erase all of the lines that you don't want to see in your drawing. Add windows or doors, whichever you prefer. And just like this, my house is ready. Now I feel like I could add a sun and maybe some sun rays. It's a very sunny day, nice and warm outside, and the sun rays are long and bright. Go all the way over there. I would like to add some texture to the hill in the back. It's too far to know what's growing there. Maybe this hill is covered with grass or maybe even some trees, but they're too far and I don't know. But what is happening here on my farm, I do know, because let's pretend I'm the artist and I'm the farmer. I'm going to add some lines and shapes, and by repetition I'm going to create my new beautiful pattern. I will start by adding wiggly lines on this side. Each of the flower beds will have its own pattern. This way I'm not gonna get bored by looking at it. If all the flower beds would be the same, that would be quite boring, don't you think? So I can add some shapes, I can add some dots and lines, and I'm going to move on to the next one. How about this one right there? I'm thinking this one can have some zigzags. I love drawing zigzags. They're easy to draw and they look pretty good as my flower beds. Very strong design. Okay, I think I'm gonna add some of them over here. So you guys can think about any lines and shapes and patterns that you would like to do. You don't have to follow my example if you don't want to. I always encourage you to think about your own lines and shapes. Create your own patterns. See where creativity can take you and what you can end up making, because it's always a surprise. Okay, let's see. I'm going to make something over here. And this time I'm going to make this circular shapes appear. I really like this pattern. I'm thinking when I'm gonna be coloring it, I can give each one of these lines different color and it's gonna look fantastic. Okay. If you want to, you can add something else in between. You can add more dots or lines or any other shapes. So now it looks like we have a lot of flower fields to fill with patterns. So go ahead and fill up all of your flower beds with different patterns. Think about what kind of patterns are there. Create or design your own, or maybe borrow from somewhere where you can see some. Look around yourself. When you're at home, we can have an opportunity to take a look at different fabrics, wallpapers, sometimes book covers. They have great amount of different patterns that we can borrow. I will see you after you're done working on this drawing, and next week we're going to color all of the flower fields on our farm. I cannot wait to see you again, and I hope to see your great work nice and done and ready for the second part of our lesson. Bye!